I wanted him, this guy who sliced meat into cold cuts at Encino Deli. Bologna, salami, I knew you'd like that essay. Bologna, salami, pastrami, belly locks, no socks, no underwear, crisp white t-shirt without stains, careless and low-slung 501s, careless before it was cool. I wanted him, this cross between William Catt in Carrie and an aging Oliver Twist. He was larger than life, surround sound. He looked like he'd been around and around. Peter Frampton, Roger Daltrey, Robert Plant, every 70s rock icon rolled into one, and even behind that counter, he was someone. I wanted him through the chocolate phosphates, the Bialy specials, the halva bars, and was pulled in by the way he'd stare at me through my entire meal. He'd stare at me through my entire meal, and it made me feel seen. I wanted him, for I was used to mama's boys, the price of their toys, their bragging rights, their allowances, their 5 and 10-year plans. Where were the cowboys on my brother's flannel pajamas? Where were the lumberjacks from Here Come the Brides? I wanted him. There was no hiding it. My mom had taught me to fall in love with love, not where to find it, not how to work it, love as the only answer. Her Bible was a book of poems called There Are Men Too Gentle to Live Among Wolves. I wanted him because when I would try and imagine the men in those poems, the ones my mom seemed to long for, I wondered what was wrong with them. Why weren't they stoned and reckless? Those were the kind that I leaned towards. I wanted him. He'd stand on his feet for hours at a time while the neighborhood schlubs whined that the Novo was too salty. I knew he was deep beneath the drugs, durable too, and the only other non-Jew in Encino besides my best friend. And the more caring I was, the less he stared. I wanted him to press me up against the old Encino oak, but when I spoke, it was clear I was a virgin on the pill, still waiting for the right first. My Bible was a book of poems called My Song for Him Who Never Sang to Me. The men in those poems weren't gentle or reckless, just hit-and-run absentees. I wanted him to deliver bags of bagels to my house, comp my egg creams, drink club margaritas from a can. He was the only man who could pull the Tel Aviv out of me, straighten my curls, make me Norwegian like he was. I wanted him to give me a ride in his VW Bug that during a flash flood had rolled down Laurel Canyon by itself, crashed into a series of parked cars, and survived. Even with his hands and the pepper beef, turkey breast, and lean strips of tongue, it was 1978. I was 15 years young, had a brother who beat me with words in his fists, and I saw this aging Oliver Twist as my way out of the valley. I wanted him to undress me in his car and teach me the secret to dreaming. So I stole all my dad's quarters, cashed them in for dollar bills, took the RTD to the Whole Earth Marketplace in Woodland Hills and bought him a glass bong. And then I shaved it all into the shape of a heart, read The Sensuous Woman, memorized the tricks, and then I asked him to please take me to the Styx concert. I wanted him, so I didn't tell my folks that after the show, we would go back to his apartment in Tarzana, where I brought banana-flavored lip smackers and my new favorite record, In Through the Outdoor by Led Zepp. It was common knowledge that if you took a wet rag and rubbed it against the album's cover, it would change colors and a secret message would be revealed. I wanted him, as if being in his presence seemed to heal me from excess, and I was and still am decoding secret messages, not from album covers, but from older men as lovers and from first-time sex. I wanted him. Even as it hurt in his bed, I focused on what I could see. His hair, golden movie star ringlets that smelled like Flex shampoo. His body, sinewy and covered in freckles. Kisses from God, Mom called them. I had him too. I wanted him, though his girlfriend stared at us from her senior portrait, so he turned it around, made her face the wall. As I recall, when it was over, I wasn't invited back for a year. What's become clear is that for a decade, I carried him along as blueprint. I wanted him still, so I'd try things out on other men. Some who signed their lives away on me, let me steal their wild for free. The butterfly flick, the dog and pony show, afraid of the slow down, the love scene. I'd try things out on other men and think, one day I'll come back and show you what I've learned. I didn't care that he wanted nothing to do with me. I wanted him, all because when he'd stare at me from behind that counter, I felt seen. Thank you. And my last piece is about true love, dedicated to my late husband, Christopher Allport. It's called Paris 2003. Flushed with the energy of art and alliance, the rocket science of materia prima, he takes me by the hand to wisteria and secrets, steals my breath and kisses me like I'm his new mistress, not his old wife. This is our life, and love is earned, sealed with an alchemist's loyalty and candle wax from sticky long nights of burning. Singular as a field holler, a worn-out blues tune written for us alone, yet universal in skin and bone. His attendance, his inscription, a hermetic cabinet of curiosities called home. The boulevard glows with our footprints, stable and so slippery. Walking on ice has never been this easy. Hang on, husband, man of the house, best friend. Any minute, this could end. Thank you.